You're back, and this is BuzzChomp, home of fitness and entertainment. I'm Mandy, and we're talking The Handmaid's Tale Season 3, Episode 7. This is our highlights of the episode Under His Eye, and the hypocrisy just keeps brewing. I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp.
Woo! Guys, it's no surprise here that Gilead is super hypocritical. Obviously. But this episode the hypocrisy reared its ugly head big time. Starts off and we see that the handmaids are now hanging people. No longer are they just stoning men. They're now hanging their fellow handmaids, hanging Marthas, hanging men. They're hanging anybody who is a traitor in Gilead. Yep. It's so mean and it's so cruel. These women that they're supposed to be valuing because they give life and they're helping Gilead grow its numbers, they also have them do their bidding. Yeah, which is killing. Cray. Basically, the rest of this episode is split between seeing the Waterfords in Washington still and June back in Boston trying to see Hannah. Basically, that's apparently it seemed that Canada was going to be possibly willing to give Nicole back because of everything that Fred is doing. But Commander Winslow doesn't think that's good for Gilead because then they won't have any leverage over Canada. Hypocrisy right there. They don't care about this baby. They don't care about the baby at all. They just want to use Nicole. Yeah, and honestly, Fred just wants to use Nicole too. Serena is getting closer to Commander Winslow's wife. They go on a tour. They find a house that hasn't been purchased or occupied. I don't even know if they buy houses, but basically it is straight like these people that live there, they were, quote, Baptists. I don't know if they fled. I don't know if they got taken, but their house is like completely intact. And Commander Winslow's wife is like showing Serena like this is a prize place that they can move into. It hasn't been occupied. It's one of the only ones that hasn't been refurbished. Oh my God. And Serena's like eating it up. There's a nursery and already has a crib in it. The hypocrisy. They, 3 years prior, formed a coup, rounded up people, killed people, repurposed people into handmaids, maybe let them go live like in the towns outside the cities. But yeah, and now they're basically living in their houses and just stealing things. Then you have this ball that they go to and you really see the hypocrisy of the ball. Serena's like, goes up to the women, like Serena gets there with Fred, she goes up to the other commanders' wives and she's like, blessed day, and they're like, blessed day. And then they start talking about the waiters and like ogling them and all of that. The hypocrisy. They have killed people for cheating. Let's not forget Nick's wife and the Guardian. Yeah. And they're just so hypocritical. Serena kind of like falling back for Fred, which I don't like at all. Fred cut off her finger, guys. And she's like falling back for him. And they do this dance and it's super sexual. And everyone else in the dance floor stops dancing. I know this is because it's a TV show. But I'm just like, no. I do not like them together. It's just so hypocritical. Then we got June. So June sees the Martha who is Hannah's Martha in the market, and she goes up to her and she like wants her to help her. At first that Martha's reluctant, but then she tells her where Hannah goes to school and the time that she'll like be in the yard. She tells her a guardian's name there, so like maybe Hannah can go and see her. So she decides that she's gonna take Mrs. Lawrence for a walk. Now Mrs. Lawrence is bipolar, but you can tell she feels for June. So they go for a walk and then June like tells her like, I lied to you and blah, 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 what she wants to do. Mrs. Lawrence hops on board and they go and the guardian isn't there. Then she says she was promised a tour. So June has to stay outside where she can like hear Hannah. At this point, I'm like, June, no. With everything that you've been through, you're just being stupid. She's just being stupid. I'm like, this isn't a revolutionary person's action. This is straight crazy, just like Serena wanting Nicole back from Canada. This is still straight crazy. And I'm like, you should know better than this, June. You should know better than this, right? I don't know what happened. And she like freaks out. June takes her away and she's freaking out and she goes home. She's like, I tried. And I don't know. She might have messed things up with Commander Lawrence. I don't really know, because June says a thing about how she was alive when she was out there. I don't know what their stand is. I don't know what Gilead's stand is on mental illness, but that's hypocritical if they have a higher up commander's wife who has a mental illness and I don't know, do they not have drugs? I don't know. And I hope June didn't ruin her relationship with Commander Lawrence and ruin her relationship with Mrs. Lawrence, because it seemed like they both wanted to help. I don't know. Commander Lawrence, the verdict's still out, but Mrs. Lawrence, yes. Then the end, guys. This was the worst. Another hanging, and who but the Martha? Why is she getting hung? It's because of her shopping partner of Matthew, who told Aunt Lydia that June was conversing with the Martha and all of that, and she spied on them. And now that poor Martha, died. But June goes ballistic of Matthew at the end and like beats her up. I don't know what's gonna happen there with that, but cray. So the hypocrisy of even this, that Aunt Lydia, yes, she's protecting June. June is our heroine. She's our main character. We get it. You can't hang June yet. In that, this poor Martha, who really didn't do anything wrong, loses her life. Just this episode was just full of all these hypocrisies. I mean, we saw it already with the whole Commander Winslow being gay and all of that and all the children they have. Now we see it with his wife kind of just being blasé. And like, really, they're all just so hypocritical of the situation. It's like, you can't do that, but we can. Which is kind of like today and a lot of people in governments and things like that. So, yeah. I'm Mandy. Subscribe to BuzzChomp for more of our Handmaid's Tale. There's 6 more episodes. What are you guys thinking of this season? Yeah, kids? Yeah. Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo.